Think about where you were on New Year's Eve. Spending time with friends, hanging out with family, going out to a party maybe? Well, here's what I was doing. Through a series of interesting decisions, I decided the best way to ring in the new year was through playing this game made for children for 24 hours straight with no breaks to answer the burning question that I'm sure everyone's been wondering. How many Mario Maker 2 levels can one single person complete in just 24 hours? A few months prior, I had attempted something similar, beating 1,000 levels in one sitting. While that was a pretty big undertaking in its own right due to repeated complications, once all was said and done, the full run was only 14 hours or so. From this, I had a pretty good basis of what to expect this time around and a good goal to shoot for. 1,440 levels, or one for every single minute in a day. If I played optimally enough, my hope was that I could maintain a level of performance where I managed to take out over one level per minute for the entire 24 hours. So we did some quick maths on this. Over 1,000 should definitely be doable. Like, that's pretty much expected. As for the final number, I think 1440 is a good goal because that's one level per minute. I don't know if we're going to hit that. I think it'll probably be a little bit lower than that, but we will see the actual amount. Since the average world record of an easy level is around 20 or so seconds, and the transition time from level to level is about 20 as well, it was definitely doable. But if I played through too many long levels, had to start over due to deaths or mistakes, took too many breaks, or just got plain bad RNG on my level selection, that window to hit 1440 levels would close pretty quickly. That meant that even though I was playing through easy levels, due to how short they are on average compared to other difficulties, I'd still need to maintain a level of awareness high enough to consistently stay alive on each level, as well as pick the right levels to play throughout the entirety of the run. With a solid goal in mind, I woke up bright and early on the first, full of energy and ready to go. I don't know if it's because it was the start of a new year, or I've actually fallen far enough down the Mario Maker rabbit hole that I was actually looking forward to 24 hours of mind-numbing endless, but either way I was feeling motivated. Now, 24 hours is a long time, so if I wanted to be as efficient as possible, I needed to break the stream down into chunks to make sure I didn't burn out and run out of energy too early. In order to do this, I decided to break down the stream into 5 parts. The idea here would be to spend the first and last hours of the run grinding out levels as hard as I could to set and maintain pace, but use a bit more mental energy. Use the evenings and mornings for silly things such as media share and text-to-speech, so I could talk less and focus on the game to preserve energy, and then hopefully all of those things combined would allow me some room for a few late-night slip-ups as my brain and body began to fatigue. After making sure my setup was good and everything was functioning as it was supposed to, I took a deep breath, eyes locked on the screen as my hands hovered over the start over option, and then started up the run. 3, 2, 1. We're gaming. We begin again. The first hour was a breeze. At this point in my Mario Maker career, I'd played thousands of endless easy levels by now, so this was nothing more than a continuation of what I already knew. Lick, please. What? The nut just said lick. What? Okay. Enjoying conversations with my chat, I quickly zoomed through each stage, ending the hour well above pace, accomplishing 66 levels in the first 60 minutes. Now this might not seem like much on the surface, but it was already a big step in the right direction to hitting that initial goal of 1440. It meant that I could have a really rough hour in the future and dip as low as 54 levels in 60 minutes and still be on pace to hit my goal. Initially, I was feeling a bit nervous, but after such a strong first hour, I allowed myself to let loose a bit and really settle into the grind. What do we have here? It's a clown car. Woo! What does this say? Oh my god. There's an apostrophe. We've been... trying... Wait, no, is it the car warranty? We've been trying to reach... We've been trying to reach you about your... What do you mean, dude? Who made this? We've been trying to reach you about your car's
Extended warranty. This might be the greatest Mario Maker level of all time.
Hour 2 is more of the same, pulling in a strong 65 levels to maintain the pace. It was around the 2-hour mark that I was feeling a bit stir-crazy and needed my first break from the endless flow of levels. So I turned on text-to-speech and officially moved into phase 2 of the run. A way for my viewers to send messages through to the stream to be read out through my favorite robot, Joanna.
Someone help, I'm about to drown.
No, dude. What? Oh god, is she okay?
My initial hopes were to use this as an opportunity to focus on the game and let my robot friends take over the entertainment. But unfortunately, she just proved to be more of a distraction than anything else, and by the end of hour 3, I had finished just 53 levels in 60 minutes. Luckily for me, I was still on pace due to a strong first 2 hours, and because I wasn't tracking my hour-to-hour pace during the run itself, I didn't feel too bad anyways. This did mean that I'd really have to focus up though, because a few more bad hours like that and game over. The next few hours, even with the text-to-speech edition of the stream...
Potato, tomato, Trinidad and Tobago, potato, tomato, Trinidad and Tobago, potato, tomato, Trinidad and Tobago, potato,
It's kind of a jammer.
Trinidad and Tobago, potato, tomato, Trinidad and Tobago, potato, tomato, Trinidad and Tobago, potato.
She's got
tomato,
bars, man.
Trinidad and Tobago.
ended up being much higher, with hours 4 and 5 coming in at 62 and 59 levels apiece. It was here that I made my next switch, Media Share. Instead of having Joanna cheer me on and motivate me with her sultry voice,
Tanabata tree, closed lock with key. Tanabata tree, closed lock with key. Tanabata tree.
I instead opened up the stream for videos and music to be sent to me to be played on stream over the top of my gameplay while I pushed through level after level.
I'm terrified.
Hello, and welcome to my seminar on why I should get modded by Galsteel. That's me.
Now we're back, dude.
I make good memes. Even raysfire, the legend himself. Galsteel makes good memes.
True, he does.
Quite a memer.
He does make good memes.
In my head, I saw this as a big opportunity. By allowing my stream to entertain themselves through videos, I could really keep my head down and my pace up to make sure I didn't fall behind. Despite a few technical difficulties...
Okay, wait. Oh god, what the heck is happening here? There's double- oh my god, the media shares are stacked. What is happening? This is way too dank. Okay, but wait. Wait a minute. What is happening here? What is happening? What is happening?
Give me the pepper.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think we fixed it.
No, I don't want that.
It seemed to work pretty darn well. Some of the videos themselves were real bangers.
Okay, man. Alright, dude.
Me old chum.
Hello, me old chum.
I'm not a goblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed.
Oh no, dude, we got gnomed. It's over.
And I was able to push through a lot, knocking out 64 and 71 levels per hour respectively in the 2 hours that I had Media Share enabled. As the clock passed 8 hours and I finished up the last few videos that were still pending in the Media Share queue, it had begun to get pretty late, so I decided to officially shift into Phase 3, the late night stretch. Planning for this in advance, I had a full meal prepped that I just needed to heat up for a few minutes, so it was here that I decided to take my first big break to eat and move around. Regardless of how silly this whole thing was, I understood the potential repercussions of being awake for 24 hours, and I wanted to make sure that I was keeping myself fueled.
Dude, if we can just get through these late night hours, I think we're gonna be in the clear. When the sun comes up, I get a little energy. That'll get me through. That'll be all we need.
8 hours was a big dent, but I still had almost double that to go. Due to this, I was bound to sacrifice my pace to some degree, but I felt it was necessary if I wanted to finish the run. Passing into the 9th hour, I had sacrificed a bit of momentum, but I felt fueled up and ready to tackle the late night grind. This was going to be my first real test of stamina, because 9 hours also marked the time that my normal streams would end as well. Up until this point, all of the stream had been in a time where I'd normally have been awake and actively doing things anyways. But now it was really getting late. The chat was slowing down as my regular audience went to bed. I could feel exhaustion creeping up on me slowly but steadily, And I had been playing for so long at this point that I could still see the endless screen when I closed my eyes. I think it was around now that I really started to lose it a bit. My brain started to wander, my gameplay went full-on autopilot, and I started rambling about anything that came to mind.
The reason they didn't put Galaxy 2 in 3D All-Stars is because then they'd have to call it 4D All-Stars. What if both players have it in their deck? Then they actually have to play a game of Monopoly instead to determine who wins. So you're actually, when you're going there expecting to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, you end up playing Monopoly instead. Yeah, there are things you can say in the stream to get banned instantly, but you probably should not say them. Give me a number between 1 and 100.
A random number between 1 and 100 is 89.
Oh! Dang, that was a nice roll, dude. That was a spicy one. 89? That's up there, dude.
Fortunately for me, my pace still managed to be okay. Despite a few rougher hours where I was around or slightly below average, due to the power of caffeine and some good luck, I was able to make it through the night in much better condition than I'd hoped. In hour 15, the sun began to rise, an indicator to me that I had survived the late night hours and things were beginning to pick up again. It was also here that I was approaching where my last attempt at a challenge like this had stopped, 1,000 levels. I did a bit of math and I realized that it would be tight, but there was a chance that I could just barely beat my previous time if I picked up the pace, which was more than enough to wake me up and hop into grind mode.
Yeah, we need... Okay, so my PB was at 15 hours and 46 minutes. So in 22 minutes, we need to beat 27 levels. Which is, it's doable. It is doable, okay? But it's hard. We have to be really locked in for these next, like, 30.
It was here that we officially moved out of Phase 3 and into Phase 4, early morning maintenance. Feeling that I was already on a good pace and wanting to make sure I didn't slip up, I turned back on my favorite robot, Joanna,
E-space key Stacy E-space gaze hases J's case lays mis nasa
and began to up my tempo a bit. Unfortunately, due to a bit of bad luck and realizing that I needed to pick up the pace too late, I just barely missed my original 1,000 level time by a mere 2 minutes.
Boom, there it is. 1,000 done. 2 minutes apart from my other run. That's hype, dude.
But this had more than filled me with enough energy to speed up again as the sun continued to rise. This boost in motivation and energy paid off though, as in hours 15 through 17, I accomplished 198 combined levels, or an average of 66 levels per hour, keeping me well above where I needed to be. After getting my last little bit of caffeine for the stream in hour 18, I turned on media share again for hours 20 through 22 so I could put all of the remaining energy I could muster into the game, with a few memes along the way.
Hi, my name is Carla Shaw. You can stop at 5 or 6 stores or
Dude,
just
I love this video.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
At this point, I definitely felt like I was going to hit my goal, but after all the issues that I had when attempting my original 1,000 level stream,
Doodle. Dude, it just showed up so fast. I didn't expect it to show up whenever I touched the flagpole. It was just like, error. I like broke the game. Chat, the dream is dead!
I wanted to make my feeling a guarantee, so I kept pushing. I don't know what it was exactly, but it felt like the planets aligned in this moment. My head pushed away any mental or physical exhaustion I was feeling. The level of RNG I received was insanely lucky, and it was almost as if every message I saw in chat as people began to wake up fueled my drive further. But during the 22nd hour, I managed to crush my average pace and hit my all-time high hourly clear rate during the entire run. 74 levels. As my time hit 22 hours and I began the final 120 minutes, I realized how close to the goal I was actually getting. I was already at 1,387 levels. I was exhausted at this point, having been up nearly a full day, but with only 2 hours left, I had to channel every last drop of energy I had into this to make sure I didn't fall short, due to exhaustion or otherwise. At 22 hours and 47 minutes, it happened. I crossed the goal that I'd been shooting for the entire run with over an hour to spare. While I was over the moon with 1440 levels, I still had over 70 minutes remaining. So I wanted to see just how much further I could take this. Taking a short break to run to the bathroom, I let Chair take over for a minute before I prepared myself for the great unknown. Entering into the final hour, my sights were now set on a new goal, 1,500.
How many levels is that? 47 with 60 minutes. I think we can do it. Because I've been averaging over 1 level per minute for the whole run. So the final hour, I can go less than that and still make it. I don't want to jinx it, but...
My original goal of 1,000 I had set months prior had felt insane enough on its own, so the chance to get 1.5 times that in a single sitting was something that I definitely did not want to pass up. But at 23 hours and 42 minutes, I accomplished it as well.
One more minute for official 24-hour uptime. I don't think I'm going to make it for that, but we will make it for the timer for sure. Like, it'll be easy. Unless we get a quick one, we could get one of those 1 second levels. That would actually get me there. Under the uptime amount, which would be nutty if we managed to pull that off somehow. 4 seconds. I think we actually are going to do it. Yeah, we did actually. 23, 59, 39. We got lucky, dude. We rolled a high luck stat on that one.
1,500 levels, 60 over my initial goal. At this point, I had accomplished everything that I had wanted to do and then some, but I still had just about 15 minutes left, so I decided to keep going, just to see how far I could make it. As the clock closed in on 24 hours, I finished my final level, giving me a total clear count of 1,520 levels.
Or 1,519 if you really want to be a stinker about it. Whatever, we're counting, dude. 2402. I don't care. I'm putting it in there.
So, there you have it. In just 24 hours, I was able to beat 1,520 levels, or just about 1.05 levels per minute throughout the entire run. What did it cost me? Oh, not much. Just no sleep, a portion of my sanity, a headache or two, most of my voice, and a messed up sleep schedule. Would I do it again? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see about that, huh? Would I recommend you do it?
Oh my god, no. No. Absolutely not. Don't spare your sanity. Please do not do this.